Okay, today we're going to talk about reflections. Now, reflections are like looking into a mirror. So the closer you are to an object, the closer the object looks to you in the mirror. The farther away you are from an object, the farther away the object looks. So that same principle is going to be used in coordinate reflections. So let's look at our first part. So on your page, you should see this triangle on the coordinate grid. We should know what the coordinates of the vertices triangle ABC are, and we'll put that up in just a second. But the biggest thing it says is draw a reflection of triangle ABC over the y-axis, and we want to label it A prime, B prime, C prime. So the y-axis is this line. So what we want to do is to take the points for A, B, and C and reflect it on the other side of that line. Now, ABC is at negative 4, 1, B is at negative 2, 3, C is at negative 1, 2. So if we draw the reflection, it should look like this. So notice that it's the same size, but in a reflection, it's facing the opposite direction. So if it was, pointing to the left, it would be pointing to the right on the reflection. You move away, it points away. So that's how the process works. If you know that C and C prime are 1 box away from the line, B and B prime are 2 boxes away, and A prime are 4 boxes away, you have that. Now we want the coordinates, we should get this. So remember, if it says the y-axis, you want to do that. Straight lines up and down usually follow this format. Now, sometimes you might see x equals 2 or x equals negative 3. So those lines are also straight up and down. Okay, so if they say draw a reflection of triangle ABC around the line x equals 2, that's a line straight up and down at x equals 2, or x equals negative 3, a straight line at negative 3. So keep that in mind. That will be something you will see. Our second one, we have triangle ABC here. They want a reflection over the x-axis. So the x-axis is this line right here. Okay, so we want to draw a reflection from the bottom to the top. So it acts as a mirror that way. Now, the coordinates of ABC are this. So negative 4, negative 3, negative 3, negative 1, and negative 1, 3. So if we draw the reflection, it should look like this, or approximately that. A is 3 spots away. A prime is 3 spots away. B and B prime are 1 spot away, and then of course C is 3 spots away. Now once you've done that, you've got to find the coordinates of the vertices, which are this. So you shouldn't have too many difficulties with it. Now, last one was x equals like 2 and x equals negative 3. That's straight lines up and down. For numbers, or for lines that go across, that's going to be the same thing as y equals 2, y equals negative 1, say, for instance. If you see something like that, that means you would go up 2 and draw a line across. Or you'd go minus 1 down and draw a line across, and then that would be your reflection. So anytime you're looking for a straight line, those are the type of equations for straight lines. Now our third one, you got triangle ABC here, but we're going to graph the line y equals x. So this is a diagonal line. So it's going to look something like this. Okay, 1 for the slope, so 1 over 1, that's how I've got this, 0 for the y-intercept. Now we want to reflect this across this line. So we're going to have to do a little bit. If you notice that C is 1.5 away from the line, we want to make sure that C prime is also that way. Now looking at the coordinates, negative 4, positive 1, negative 2, 3, and negative 1, 2, our new triangle is going to be here. Notice that I drew that red line. C is 1.5 away. Here's 1.5. This one looks like 2.5. So this one is also 2.5. So it should be the same distance from that line. So just remember a y equals x line is this. And then our coordinates, in this case, are 1, negative 4, 3, negative 2, and 2 comma negative 1. Our last one, number 4. This wants you to graph the line y equals negative x. Negative x means negative 1 for the slope. So that means this line right here. We want to draw a reflection of this triangle across it. We have these points for A, B, and C. Make sure you confirm that they are the same ones that I have. So if we move it all the way across, it's going to look something like this. So notice how B and C are kind of in the same direction as B prime, C prime. That's the way it should be. A and A prime should be the farthest away. And hopefully you've got both of these. Now the coordinates, 3, 4, 1, 3, and 3, 1, that's what you would need in order to find the coordinates of it. Now, keep in mind, if you need graph paper, make sure you get some graph paper in order to draw it in case you can't visualize what it's going to be. Hopefully you might see some differences in the coordinate notation when you look at the numbers and how they either flip or move or change signs, because that will be important when I see you guys tomorrow.